This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Porto Chicken. Fresh, not frozen. Grilled, not fried. Crown and Andrews Board Games. Fun for the whole family. And Scoot Airlines. Get out of here with Scoot.
Hello Australia, welcome to episode 586 of The Couch. Hope you can stick around for the next hour. I had the pleasure of going down to Sexpo here in Perth, and I've got a couple of the performers and a couple of people who are making a fantastic movie documentary. We'll talk to them more about that and a little bit of behind the scenes stuff that goes on as well. Nisha is in Talking United Nations. Later on we spin it to win it with our home contestant from Ballajura. Stick around for that. We've also got a guy coming in talking about blood pressure tests and how we can help you as well. Stick around with that one. And we've got some cooking with Injera House, African cooking. Stick around. It is a big show, a big couch. Starts now.
It's showtime on the couch. It's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can see it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred. And the best in town. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch. Oh.
Hello Australia, having a bit of a laugh with our guests, the Champagne Showgirls, two of the people who run the company. They are the only two that run the company. Stick around because you're going to have a good laugh with them and find out what they do and how the whole industry that they're involved with works. So I can't wait for that. But to open the show today, Feedback, a wonderful young band singing a beautiful song. Here they are to open the show today, Feedback. There we go. We're back here at the set. That was wonderful. Got us all up and dancing Avril Lavigne, or Lavigne, if you like to be technical. Thank you very much. Our floor manager's into Avril, who knows her very well. Time now to talk to my good friends that I've got to know very well. We had a bit of a laugh and we're talking off set here with the Champagne Showgirls. We've got Kimber and Champagne, or Champagne and Kimber. Welcome.
Hi, how are you going?
Nice to see you with your clothes on, can I say? 'Cause I sort of, when you walked in the door, I said, now which one's which? But you do an amazing job. You're such great entertainers. We came down to Sexpo here in Perth when it opened, and, the whole group, because there's a lot more than the 4 that came on the couch.
Yes,
How many people are in your group?
I think all up there was about 8 or 9.
No, there was 11 in
11.
11 in that show.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
might have included me.
Yeah.
I was
I
there.
got that wrong.
I had to take the spare outfit. Is it hard doing what you guys do day in, day out? Do you work every single day on this?
Well, for me and Kimber, it's more the training of the girls and getting the girls together, which can be a bit of a nightmare.
How hard is it?
Yeah.
Because, I can say now, there's some bitchy people out there. Do you have to deal with personalities?
Look, we do. We're pretty adaptable to most situations, so we'll deal with people in different ways and how they're going to come to the table and bring what they've got. I think the hardest thing for us is trying to get people to come.
Yeah, and just, Kimber's the nice one, and then
Yeah,
I'm the nasty
you're
one,
the-
and I've got to be the mean, bad cop, good cop. Yeah.
You guys run the company,
Yes.
right? So how do you recruit people? I'm not being funny here. What do you look for in people when they come to you? Because, they might have a great body, but they might not have a good personality. What is it that you look for?
That's the thing, is that, sometimes a girl might look great, but she can't dance, or one girl can, might not look the best, but she is an amazing dancer, and it's just about personality, and
Yeah.
pretty much everyone can be taught how to dance, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, within a certain,
We
they've
believe we
gotta have
can
the package.
coach anyone
Yeah.
into any situation,
And how often do you recruit new people?
Quite often, actually.
Yeah.
Even just leading up to Sexpo, we taught one of the girls that were in the front group, our hip hop group. She got taught in 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She did have prior dancing though, so it was, obviously why we got her. But
Now, did you want to touch on Sexpo? Because I know we've got a bit of footage. We might just show a bit of footage from Sexpo, and you guys can talk over. Let's have a look. Now, this happened here at the launch in Perth. What are we watching here?
So this is our hip hop group. These are our new showgirls. So the whole dance off, they're all brand new showgirls that we've taught and trained. All our costumes and
And who
choreography.
coordinates all that, the choreography?
We both do.
we do it collectively.
Yeah.
So you run it as a professional business. So for those people out there thinking it's all take your clothes off and just walk around, it's not. Because
No,
I've actually
no.
seen it firsthand. I've actually applied and I was thrown out. No, is there a lot of work? How long does it take a person to become a showgirl?
Look, it really does depend on the girl, I say, but I think there's some girls that are just naturally going to be pick it up and just have the personality, and confidence is the biggest thing with anything that you do.
And
really,
stage presence.
Yeah.
There's a certain something that
X factor that
yeah.
you've got to kind of have, because you might be beautiful, but people might get bored of looking at you.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
saying to you off air that, a lot of the girls are in relationships, they're proper relationship, normal, they're married.
Yeah.
And do you get the respect that people should give you, or you just learn not to worry about it?
It doesn't bother me. I've been dancing
No.
for almost 11 or 12 years now, and I've been in a relationship for 8 years. So
What did you do before dancing? Can I ask?
I was a spray painter.
Well, you could have told me earlier on. I've got a Mazda that needs
Yeah, I
spray.
know. My dad taught me how to do cars and things.
Really?
Yeah.
And what about you, Kim?
Well,
No.
I've worked in bars and cafes over the years.
So you've been
yeah.
in service
different sorts
industry.
of jobs. Yeah.
So the industry that you're in, what do we call, do you call it entertainers? Is it striptease? What is it called?
Entertainment, burlesque, cabaret. Yeah. Yeah.
So like I said last time, I
Yep.
think there's a big difference between just being a stripper and then a showgirl. We've been flown around the country, over to New Zealand, to all these different places. It's a proper, there's no smuttiness in it.
No, I agree.
It's the way you do
And
it.
do you know what I also noticed? That there's a sophistication about what you do, and I'm not being rude to other type of industries, but you're very sophisticated. You're very attractive. You've got a brain. It's you can learn a lot from what you watch and what you're there for. I think you guys do a great job, and I was really honoured to see your show fully when we went there. We missed out a few hours later.
Yeah.
You did. Maybe we'll get you back on the show. Maybe in that little space here, you might be able to do that acrobat thing.
Well,
with the
we could put up something there and
Yeah.
do it.
Little apparatus.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you more about this documentary you guys are doing. When can we expect it? Because I know we were talking about it at Sexpo, that there is some sort of movie, TV show coming.
Yeah, so it's a reality TV series. It's in editing at the moment. And we did do a bit of follow-up at Sexpo. So we had just one of our camera crew come over from the East Coast and just do some follow-up stuff. But we're only halfway through the footage from the 2 weeks of filming.
Is it like a reality show that shows us exactly what you guys do?
It's a reality show based around touring showgirls, going around
Teaching
West
the
Australia,
girls
teaching
and-
girls, doing
yeah.
choreography, different pubs.
I would love to see that on Foxtel as a weekly thing. An
Yeah.
hour a week, like the renovation shows. It'd be awesome to see the entertainment shows. What else are you guys working on? Where to from here? What else would you like some support with? Either from the community, would you like people to come and watch your shows? What are we doing with you guys?
I mean, right now, obviously, we just had Sexpo and we just finished our drama, so we're having a bit of downtime right now.
We're still in the process because we had a studio in Welshpool that's now been getting moved to Balcatta, so we're just in the process of getting that.
5 minutes from my house. I can practice every single night.
Balcatta,
Get you on the aerial hoop.
Yeah.
So are you
we can
guys
do
both
aerial
from Perth? You're both Perth ladies?
No. Well, we're not originally.
Not
we live,
originally.
Yeah.
You live here now.
But we're based here, yeah.
How good is that to have a company actually based here in Perth? Everything moves away from Perth. And are you able to find that the fact that you live in WA and move your show internationally and nationally, is it easy for you to take the crew over?
Well, look, I mean, we've been friends and working together for 10 years and we've still corresponded all around the country.
yeah.
So it's really made no difference that we're not in the same states. So the fact that we're here now means we can work together.
And there's a bigger here. There's a lot more girls in the industry. I find a lot more girls that I feel like the East Coast kind of got
Do we do it better over here?
We do. There's a lot of good girls
There
here,
is,
and
there
it's always been a state to be wary of in competitions. The WA showgirl scene has always been something to look out for. But Adelaide and Melbourne are quite showgirly as well.
And do you think the crowd that comes to watch, the customers, do they need to be more well-behaved? Do they need to respect more of your work? Because I know it doesn't take 2 minutes to do the piece that you do on stage. It must take you hours.
We're not prudes though. We like people to have fun and have a laugh, but there's obviously good taste and bad taste. You know?
Yeah.
And you guys seem to enjoy what you do. Can I give out your website? Maybe if you'd like to give out your website. If people want more information, maybe if you want some sponsors as well, maybe
cool.
people can get involved and keep this WA company going.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Where do we go?
www.showgirltours.com.
Fantastic.
And you can find us there. You can look us up on Instagram, Champagne Showgirls,
Anything else you want to touch on before we move to our next guest? I hope that you become a regular on my show because you certainly make the place look as good as... Well, really, I don't need that much improvement, but it's always nice to have some other shots on the set.
Now,
And maybe I can be
Be
part
in
of the
some
next
bowies
show.
next time.
Yeah.
Do you know what? If you could put me behind a curtain and just show the head, I'd be happy to do a show guy. Thank you very much. Kimber, and thank you to Champagne. They are the Champagne Showgirls. They're based here in Perth. Sexpo, you can catch them in Brisbane very soon.
Yes.
And everywhere else. If you want to get in touch with them to perform, I'm sure they're available to do shows for you. Get in touch with them. Go to our website if you missed it, thecouch.com.au, and they will be with you and they'll do a great job. I'm sure you'll be very, very happy. Now, Scoot. Can I just tell you about Scoot? They are wonderful people too. They're flying 2 people every month to Singapore. Thank you to them. If you would like to be part of it, there's our travel guide guy, Steve Collins, enjoying the fair. All you have to do, it's very simple, folks. We've got a new competition. It's called Pick Up the Phone. What happens is you SMS us your details, your name and address, and the code word, which is Scoot. There it is on screen. Scoot, 0439 929 929. That's our phone number. Name and address. You cannot be related to me, any of the crew, my family, my next door neighbour, any of the showgirls. You can't be related to someone that's been on the show. But do enter, and what happens is if I pick you randomly on a Sunday afternoon, I will ring you. And if you answer the phone when we ask you to pick up the phone, you will win instantly. No more spinning the wheel as of this week. You'll win instantly. So we'd love you to be part of it. Thank you to Scoot for supporting us with that. And they're telling me to hurry up because I've scooted around enough. Let's go to Nisha. She's going to put the piece back in this with the United Nations chat. Over to you.
Thanks so much, Fred, and great segue. I'm joined today on the couch, well, not on a couch, but a lovely chair. Darren Logan, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Now, Darren, very excited to have you on the couch, and part of that is you spoke recently at our United Nations Association Young Professionals Forum. Did you enjoy yourself on there?
It was fantastic. It was a great theme of making your impact and being surrounded by a group of other panellists doing great things in the world. It was a very refreshing night.
Wonderful, but of course you're not new to that scene. You've done a lot in your short time on Earth. You're a very young man. Tell us a bit about you and what you've been up to.
I guess I started off in an engineering background, studying engineering at the University of West Australia, and thought I would go off into the typical oil and gas mining industry, as most engineers in WA end up going. And during my degree I happened to meet a paraplegic in a hospital car park whose dream it was to be able to ride a motorbike. He'd been riding since he was a young boy, a national motocross champion. Unfortunately had an accident which left him in a wheelchair. So I started doing that as my uni project, and then finished that, and all these other people with disabilities started asking me for help, and started doing that, and 13 years on I ended up working on about 1,000 projects for people with disabilities. So that's how I started in this kind of world. Recently it's been a bit of a new pivot and different direction, but yeah, I've always been in that space.
Brilliant. So it's really triggered by your passion and this one occurrence. We talk about sliding doors moments. That particularly was yours, would you say?
Absolutely. Like, it was that car park conversation. I had no intention of kind of going to this world until I just had that kind of inspiration in a car park.
What was it about that situation, if you think back? Was it the story he was telling, or did it trigger something for you?
Yeah, for me, having ridden motorbikes since I was young,
Okay.
my mother used to tell me, be careful, they're dangerous, all that sort of stuff every day. And all of a sudden, standing next to someone who was in a wheelchair from a motorbike accident made me stop and realise how lucky I was to be able to get up in the morning, dress myself, feed myself, ride to uni, do the sort of things that I've been taking for granted. And it was that kind of moment when I realised I was bloody lucky, and I wanted to kind of give back.
It's brilliant. And you know, since then you've been speaking at a number of events, and you're really well connected with the not-for-profit community here. Tell us about some of those events, and because UN obviously we're going to keep you involved with our committee, but tell us about a few more connections.
I've probably spoken at a couple of hundred events in the last few years. A lot of Rotary clubs. I spoke at the United Nations Young Professionals the other day. I spoke at Global Shapers the night after that one, which is around digital technology and how it's disrupting our kind of future for good or bad. And a lot of work with high school students at the moment around making their impact and how they find their purpose in the world. So I love working with young guys particularly.
Yeah. And why is it so important? Why is it so important? Why do you keep doing this work as well? Because I think a lot of our audience are probably watching and wanting to be involved in some meaningful sort of volunteer work as well, or perhaps they want to do it as a career. What keeps you going?
For me, I've never really been driven by having a job that pays lots of money. I've always been driven by how can I make the world a better place. Finding a way to survive has always been secondary. It's always how can I make the most impact in the world. And it's kind of nice to share that, because a lot of people go through that whole university thing, oh, what job can I get that's going to pay me the most money? But at the end of the day, that doesn't really bring true satisfaction in your life. You've got to have a certain amount of money to kind of survive, but really it doesn't bring true happiness. But like over the last 13 years at Dreamfit, I saw over 1,000 kind of families who were kind of impacted by the work that we had done. And that was the most amazing kind of world to be involved in.
And you are a very humble man, because the Dreamfit, the work you've done at a very young age is phenomenal. You've built that yourself, and it's still growing in the essence of a new name now.
So that got acquired by another disability organisation a couple of years ago. So that's now part of Ability Centre, which they've got almost 1,000 staff and a big organisation. So that's fantastic that it kind of carries on under that world, and it kind of frees me up to pursue a completely new world, which is very exciting. And it was tough kind of deciding where I wanted to kind of go. Had the blank canvas, and this is kind of part of the message I'm talking about with high school students. They're trying to figure out what they do, and I speak to a lot of young professionals who are going, I'm stuck in this job but I'm not really enjoying it. How do I kind of make an impact on the world?
Well, if there's one man that can do it, I think it's you, definitely. And we will have to get you back on the couch and have a more detailed discussion on a few of those projects, because they're certainly very inspirational. But I really wanted you to come on today just so the audience could get introduced to you. A lot of people have probably already met you. Thank you for speaking at our United Nations Association event. It was very well received. Where can people find out more about some of the work that you're doing?
Well, a couple of projects I'm working on. One is Bloom, which is a support program for young entrepreneurs under the age of 30. So we've got about 65 young guys starting their own ventures. A lot of uni students, some and really incredible kind of things. Some of our guys just got named in the top 200 businesses of the future across Australia.
Okay.
8 of the 15 that were just identified as startups of the future in WA were part of the Bloom network, so that's bloom.org.au.
Well done, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So what we'll make sure is that onthecouch.com.au and our Facebook page will put that link up for all of the viewers. I'd like to thank you so much for coming on the couch, and hopefully you'll agree to come on and talk about a few other topics
Got a few
in the
new
future.
projects I haven't even touched on yet.
Okay. Yeah, there's so much to talk about, so we'll get you on again, definitely. Thank you so much.
No problem.
But for now, it's back to you, Fred.
Thank you, Nisha. And I was just thinking about what Darren just said about if you're not happy in your job, it's not about money. So I'm going to speak to the showgirls because I think it's time I broke into maybe striptease and dancing and a little bit more, probably add a bit of class to your act. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
They're looking at me very confused. No, well, you know what? It is really important that people are happy when they do a job, isn't it? Because it's not about money.
It's not about
I
money.
mean, we've been doing this for 20 years, 15 years here in the studio, and it's never been about money, and I think it's very important. But can I ask you, does it pay well being an entertainer?
It does, but you've got to enjoy it.
It does.
Yeah.
It does, but it costs a lot of investment as
Yeah,
well.
you do.
know.
Got to put in a lot to make a lot. Yeah.
Folks, I'm leaving now. I'm going off with the showgirls. We'll be back after the break to spin it to win it, but I've made my choice. I'm with them. See you soon. Well done. Thank you. Time to play my favourite game on the couch. It is, of course, Scoot, Spin It to Win It, where we give one lucky home viewer the chance of going to Singapore thanks to Scoot. Today we've got a home viewer. Her name is Anna Gouldham, and she's from Ballajura in WA. Hello, Anna.
Hi.
Did I get your name right?
Yes, you did.
Now tell me a little bit about Anna. Tell me the Anna story.
I'm Anna Goulden. I live in Ballajura. I work in admin for a security company, and I like watching the couch.
And who's your partner? I know you've been married 25 years.
That's right, Brandon.
Yep.
He's actually away working at the moment, so
Ooh.
he's not. That's why he's not
So
here.
you've been to Singapore before.
Yes, I have. yes.
Do you like Singapore?
I love Singapore. It's
Fantastic.
beautiful.
Have you flown Scoot but?
I have many, many years ago.
Oh, they're a
Yes.
lot better these days. They're beautiful Dreamliner plane. This is how we're going to work today. I'm going to tell you what's on the board so you know what prize you're playing for. Obviously, you know you can win the 2 seats on Scoot.
Yeah.
You've also got a $50 voucher to dinner at Injera House in Mirrabooka. You've also got a selection of board games worth $1,000, thanks to Cran and Andrews. You've also got 2 Ace Gold Lounge tickets. You've also got 2 tickets to the movie of your choice or a $50 Coles gift card. They're all great prizes, but what I'm going to give you the opportunity to tell me is pick 2 numbers for me, because if you land on those 2 numbers, as well as any of the other numbers, you could actually win as well the Scoot prize. What numbers do you pick?
4
Okay, number 4. Okay,
and number 7.
number 7, I'll pop that over there. So what will happen here, if you land on the 7s or the 4, you will win the Scoot prize. But it's also on 2 other numbers on the board, so you've got 4 chances to win.
Wow.
So that must give you a pretty good chance.
Does.
Anna, spin the wheel. Anna Goulden from Ballajura and WA, spinning it up for Scoot to go to Singapore. I can't wait. I hope she wins. Hope she wins. Hope she wins. Here we go. Married for 25 years. Your husband's name again?
Brandon.
Brandon. You'll be excited. Let's hope she lands on one of our numbers.
Oh, keep
Let's hope she lands.
keep going, one more! Oh,
That was a bit of a
close.
close deal. Well, I'll tell you what, you've won the $50 Injera House Cafe. But would you like to keep that? Would you like to spin again?
I think I'll spin again.
Spin again. Let's
Yeah.
go. Anna, you've got to win this.
Oh, I hope so. Come on.
Let's hope. Let's all cross our fingers, hope for the best, pray for her. Let's hope she takes the prize off today. because we want to give one away. Thanks to Scoot, we want to give this away. We want to give it away. Let's hope for the best. 4 or 7. Let's see where it's going.
Stop.
Oh, I better just check with one of my camera people. So, Sonia, can you follow me? Rosalie, can you come in shop for me? This is Rosalie, one of our camera people. Can you tell me what number 5 is?
That is 2 return tickets to Singapore flying Scoot
Give her a round of applause. Well done. Thank you, Rosalie.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Are you sure you're happily married?
Very.
I would really love to go to Singapore again. Congratulations. Well done.
You.
Number 5. Read it for yourself. You believe me?
I believe you.
Damn it. We've given it away. Congratulations to Anna Goodman. She'll be going to Singapore. Give her a big round of applause in the studio. Would you like to thank somebody, maybe Scoot?
I'd like to thank Scoot and the Couch for this great opportunity.
Do you want to look at this camera for me?
I'd like to thank Scoot and the Couch for this great opportunity. I'm so looking forward to it. Thank you.
Look at this camera with me. Congratulations. This is Anna Goulden. You could also be like Anna and go to Singapore. All you have to do is send us the SMS that could win your chances here. The SMS needs to go to 0439 929 929, and all you have to do is put the code word, which is Scoot, 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 and all you have to do is put your name and address on it. Send it to the SMS number that's on screen, 0439 929 929, and then if you pick up the phone, you win a trip to Singapore. How much easier can it be?
It was great. Thank you. You got to
Well
do
done.
it. You got to do it.
Well, congratulations. Looking forward to going down to the bay, the gardens by the bay.
I am.
Anything you didn't do last time that you'd like to
Many things. Sentosa.
do? I'm looking forward to. Anna and I are going to Singapore. Maybe Brandon would like to have something to say about that. Congratulations. Thank you to Scoot. We'll take a break and be back with another happy segment after this. See you then. Well done.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the couch here on Aurora Television. We've got a professor coming up very soon from Royal Perth Hospital talking about blood pressure tests. Stay tuned. Nisha's got all the goss on that one very, very soon. But first, Michelle Varley is back, fresh from Bali. She's had a wonderful time. She looks really tanned, and she's got her fantastic kids with her with another coloured spaghetti. Over to you.
Thanks, Fred, so much. Hello and welcome to the second episode of Coloured Spaghetti. Today we're going to have a look at how cool it can be to read stories with your kids. We all know how important it is to read with your children or your younger brothers and sisters. And in fact, look, you're never too old to be read to. But we need to remember that age and interest don't always align. So what's important is that we know our kids, we know what motivates them, we know what interests them and excites them. The next thing to do is to create a really great atmosphere and environment. Maybe take your kids into a small dark room and read to them by candlelight, or go outside and read under the trees. Even better, take them out at night and read to them under the stars. Today, we're going to show you how to bring a story to life with a sensory story. Sensory stories are often used for children with special needs and disabilities, but in fact, they are fantastic for all children. They help to put the child right there in the centre of the story, and they encourage them to use all of their senses. So we're going to show you how a sensory story works by reading some of We're Going on a Bear Hunt by Michael Rosen. But know that you guys can adapt any story and at any level into a sensory experience for your children. I've also chosen this book because I know that Sophie and Emerald especially love this story. So let's say hello to these gorgeous children. Okay, who have we got? First of all, we've got Sophie. Hello. Hello, Sophie. How are you?
Good.
You're good. Fantastic. And then next to you, we have got, what's your name?
Zach.
Zach. How are you, Zach?
Good.
You good? Show me you're good. Thumbs up. Fantastic. And then this side, who we got? What's your name?
My name's Emerald.
Emerald. And how are you today, Emerald?
16.
You're good? Fantastic. It's good to have you here. And then at the end, we've got James. Hello, James. Hello. How are you? It's good to have you here. Yes, it is. We've also got some lovely helpers here with us today. We've got Hannah here, and we've got Emma, and we've got Naomi, and they're all going to help with the activity today. So shall we get going? Let's start reading the story. Remember, don't forget to join in all the actions and the words if you can. Are you ready? Right, let's go. Hannah, if you can hand over the hand, Tim, for some of the things, that'd be great. All right, ready? We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one.
Big one.
What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh. Grass. Long wavy grass. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we'll have to go through it. Okay, ready? Hold on to your grass. Swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy. Well done. Okay, pop that down. Remember that rhythm, rhyme and repetition always help to engage kids when they're listening to a story. And using actions will help to teach kids things like positional language, over and under. It also includes non-verbal kids in, makes them feel included in the telling of the story, which is really important. Okay, ready for the next one? We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh. A river. A deep, cold river. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we'll have to go through it. Splash, splosh, splash, splosh, splash, splosh, splash, splosh. That's right, make Naomi wet. Well done. Splash, splosh. Fantastic, well done. Next one, the last one for today. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh. A cave. A dark, gloomy cave. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we'll have to go through it. Ooh, what's that? One wet, shiny nose. Two big furry ears. Two big goggly eyes. It's a bear! Ah! We are never going on a bear hunt again. Give yourselves a big clap. Well done. Fantastic. Now look, those of you who know the story will know I missed a couple of chapters out. I've got mud down here already made. Get your kids to put their feet in it and squelch, squirch. The worst thing that can happen is they get their feet dirty. It doesn't matter. We've also got sticks and for going through the forest, stumble, trip, stumble, trip. So who liked that story? What was your favourite thing, Emerald?
I don't know.
You don't know? Was it the water getting everybody wet? Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, now I'd like to thank these lovely kids for participating today. Fred and the Couch, thank you so much for having me. I'd like to make a mention to Jen Edwards from Chicken Egg. Check out her Facebook page. She designed these lovely coloured spaghetti logos for us. Please visit my Facebook page, Coloured Spaghetti. Like and follow so you keep up with everything that's going on. My name is Michelle Varley. Thank you for being part of Coloured Spaghetti. We'll see you next time. And don't forget to have a look at this book. We're going on a bear hunt. It's always a kid's favourite. Don't forget to check us out at the Couch website and Facebook page as well. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Back to you,
Sophie.
Fred. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Michelle. Thanks. Great segment, Michelle. Great. Next time, please include me in the bear hunt. I feel a bit left out. No, don't take up to me now. We'll forget it for next. We'll see you next year with another segment. Bear hunt. We're not going on a bear hunt now, but we're going to find a professor with a blood pressure issue, and a case where he might be able to help a few of you with a few problems. Nisha, it's over to you.
Thank you, Fred. And a very important topic, because every year more than 10 million people die needlessly due to high blood pressure, which is a bit of a silent killer. So joining us on the couch today, very importantly, is Professor Marcus Schleich. Welcome to the couch.
Thank you very much for having me, Nisha.
Now, Marcus, you're a professor at University of Western Australia, but you also work out of Royal Perth Hospital. Tell us a bit about you and your passion for this area.
So I'm a so-called renal physician. I'm a trained kidney doctor, and the kidneys play a very important role in blood pressure regulation, hence my interest in hypertension, elevated blood pressure. And I run the hypertension services at the Royal Perth Hospital and have an academic position with the university. We do a lot of research to understand what are the causes of blood pressure, of elevated blood pressure, and how we can treat it better.
Wonderful. So you're across the best practice research, and in May we have an awareness month. Tell me about that.
So the story is actually quite an old one. For more than 30 years now, we have so-called World Hypertension Day on the 17th of May. And this is a day where we want to increase the awareness of blood pressure and elevated blood pressure, what it actually means for the health of people and the adverse consequences it can have. And given that the awareness hasn't really improved much, we decided to expand that to May Measurement Month with an initiative that hopefully will engage around 25 million people across the globe throughout the month of May 2017.
Wonderful. And given the numbers I noted earlier, 10 million and needless deaths, it is a really important area to be aware of. So what does it look like to get tested for high blood pressure? Because some people probably have never even asked the question.
That's unfortunately right, and blood pressure measurement as such these days is very quick, quite comfortable. All it is really putting a cuff around typically the upper arm, attach it to a machine, and it takes around 10 minutes to do it properly.
So just 10 minutes out of your day.
Absolutely, and
Right.
the information is absolutely crucial, because a lot of people are out there who have probably no idea about the levels of blood pressure, and they may be at risk without knowing.
Right, and that's the key. There's not necessarily any symptoms, so you're not going to feel really unwell like you might do with another illness.
That's exactly the point. We often refer to hypertension as the silent killer, and there's a lot of truth in it. A lot of people feel perfectly normal, and then they have a heart attack, a stroke, and people wonder, well, this came out of the blue. In fact, it didn't. They probably had elevated blood pressure, and had they measured it a while ago, we could have potentially prevented their kind of adverse consequences.
So a proactive approach to prevent what? So let's get people, let's call to charge now. What are some of the challenges, I guess, if you don't get your blood pressure tested? What can happen?
Well, blood pressure is the most important risk factor for stroke, and having a stroke, of course, is a terrible thing, often very debilitating. Around 50% of all heart attacks we see in hospitals are due to uncontrolled elevated blood pressure. Kidney disease, heart failure, and even dementia are directly associated with uncontrolled blood pressure. And again, it's easy to measure. If you only know about it, we can do something quite early.
Okay, so I hope everyone sitting at home, and I'm sure that they are listening, are very keen to know what steps to take now. What do you suggest that they do?
Well, first of all, you need to know about your blood pressure, and typically if you visit a GP, if you even go to a pharmacy, there's opportunities to have your blood pressure measured. So we had an initiative to say, know your numbers, know your blood pressure, and take ownership of it. And once you know it's normal, that's fantastic. You can be reassured. You still would like to test it regularly. But if it is elevated, there's very easy steps, and we can talk about those steps perhaps a bit more.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, well, where do people find out more? Because I've got lots of questions. I know Fred was asking you lots of questions before, so we'll have to have you on again. But for now, where can people find out more information? If you just let the audience know.
So at the moment, again, we've got this May Measurement Month where we have booths set up in various hospitals. If you want to know more, we've got an email address you see here, darrenbrockman@uwa.edu.au, and we've got a phone number which we welcome you to call and get more information on 92240209.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the couch and creating awareness and education around this really important topic. And we look forward to perhaps having you on the couch again soon.
That sounds wonderful. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So for more information, if you have missed any of those details, of course, thecouch.com.au, our Facebook page will direct you to all of those links that the Professor has talked through. But for now, it's back to you, Fred.
Thank you, Nisha. Can I just ask one quick question of the Professor? Professor, if someone's got low blood pressure and they know they're feeling dizzy or they've checked their blood pressure and they're at home on their own, what's one quick way that might help you just lift it a bit? Because I heard a remedy a long time ago, drinking soda water or anything with salt will increase your blood pressure. Is that true?
That is particularly in the long term, and in fact with people who have elevated blood pressure we recommend to have a low salt diet, but in those circumstances often younger women are affected from lower blood pressure. Drinking cold water typically helps, squatting may help, and just lying down lifting your legs typically helps quite quickly.
Beautiful, because you've got people at home, sometimes people are on their own and they panic and they make it worse. So if you've tested yourself and you know you've got low blood pressure or you feel you might have some water, squat, soda water, anything at all, a drink will lift your blood pressure, hopefully. Thank you, Doctor.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Professor, and thank you, Professor Nisha, as well. Well done.
It's a bit of an elevated.
Thank you very much to them. And it is an important thing. Get your blood pressure tested, especially since it's free as well. Okay, something that's also free is the ability to do some peacock dancing. Indonesian dancing. I'm going over to Bali in August, and I thought I'd bring these ladies in just to show me the whole technique. Over to you, peacock dancers. Well done. Well done to the ladies. The Peacock Dancers. If you want the Peacock Dancers at your place, all you got to do is contact us here at the Couch and we'll put you in touch with them. I'm hoping to speak to the lady who runs that organisation very soon as well. Just before we go to a break, just to let you know about blood pressure places where you can go and get it tested for free. There's booths at all the major hospitals. Check with your hospital when and where and all that sort of thing. All the major hospitals in May. There's also booths at all the universities in May. Check with your unis. But the best place is you can have a coffee at the Coffee Club in Murray Street. Mondays and Tuesdays they're running free blood pressure tests. So go down and have a coffee and get a free blood test as well, I guess. Pressure test, blood pressure test. Oh, got that out. We'll take a break, be back with more of cooking, more food that brings my blood pressure up. I'll tell you that now, I'm getting excited. We'll see you after the break with more of The Couch. Welcome back to Fresh and Local here on The Couch. What a way to end the segment. A few months ago, I went down to a fantastic little cafe, a brand new place in Mirrabooka where I live, or near where I live. It's called Injera House, and I thought, oh, let me go in and have a look. When I went in there, I walked straight back out again because it was closed. But no, look, seriously, it was a wonderful place. And I met the owner and all his family and the people running the place and all the fantastic people there. And this was him there, Gitachu. Thank you.
Thank you,
and
Fred.
welcome to The Couch.
Thank you very much for invitation, and I really appreciate for the
you haven't
effort that
you haven't seen me eat yet. Oh yes, you have actually. So what we do is we went down there, and can I tell you, African food, amazing style, great coffee, great desserts, and we've got some dishes here today. But tell me a little bit about Injera House, where the name comes from,
Okay.
and what it all means in your background.
Injera House is the name comes from the injera, which is a bread, a flat bread, Ethiopian bread. It's like Asian, they got rices. Ethiopia, we have injera. Injera is like a flat bread. It doesn't have no sugar, no oil. We cooked it on a dry pan.
That's right. I remember not liking it. No sugar.
No sugar, no oil. That's why you didn't like it.
And what's it traditionally used for? It's like a base, isn't it?
It's a base, so there is a lot of different dishes. Like there's vegan dishes, and then there's meat dishes. So you could put any dish, and you will eat.
And that's what the name Injera stands for. So why did you call it that?
The reason I call it Injera is because we were sitting and saying, oh, what can we call it? Can we call it Ethiopian? Or what name can we come up?
And it is an Ethiopian restaurant, isn't it?
And it's Ethiopian restaurant. So we said, okay, what about if we call it Injera? Because that's why we specialize for Injera. We sell Injera, we have Injera, we eat Injera. So we said, we
Fantastic.
call it Injera.
Now, the place is located in Mirrabooka Shopping Centre, Mirrabooka Square. Tell us exactly where it is.
Okay, the shopping is like next to Big W. It's inside the shopping complex, but opens from outside. So next to Subway.
Next to Subway?
Yeah.
Don't go to Subway. They're nowhere near as good as this. Now, you do great desserts. Everything's vegan in the sense of the cakes and the desserts. But I love every 2 weeks how you have the buffet. The vegetarian vegan buffet. That's every 2 weeks for $20?
Every 2 weeks we have a vegan buffet, which is all you could eat, and it's only $20. That's it, $20. You come and you could eat whatever you want. There is a lot of salads, about 8 cold salads, and then 8 hot dishes, and you could eat whatever you want.
It's beautiful. I have to say to you, I'm not a vegetarian, but you don't have to be a vegetarian. You can bluff your way through because the food is beautiful. So even if you're not vegetarian, don't say, I'm not a vegetarian. Say, I like good food. I'm going to go down to Injera and give it a try because I've been there 3 or 4 times. I love it. And $20, where can you get a full plate that's about 1 metre wide with food on it? So thank you very much for letting us be part of your restaurant. But today, you've brought a selection, haven't you? Because they do meat, they do fish, they do chicken, they do vegetarian, but today we've got a selection. So let's go through. What have we got here first?
Okay, what we have here is we got this one, we call it a vegan beya inotu. It's a combination of different dishes. For example, this one, the first one here, the yellow one, it is cabbage with carrots, and then you got lentil curry, which is, we call it berbere in Ethiopia, and then you got lentil with turmeric, chickpea, and then beans, and then beetroot with carrot. Salad.
Incredible colours and beautiful taste. Now, do you cater for hot and mild and not hot, or is it all mild?
It's always mild, so don't worry. We don't. If you really want to make it hot, we could just make it hot. So.
Now, I'm going to swap the plates around. Tell us what you've got there.
Okay, this one, not for vegan, is meat dishes and fish. So this one here, we call it beef stew. Beef stew, which is very slow cook. It takes like 2 hours to make this dish. Okay, what? And then this one here, we got chicken. We call it chicken tips. This one, the third one, which is doulet lemonade. And then the reason why we call it doulet is it's like a little tiny meats and mixed with a lot of Ethiopian herbs, spices. And we got fish tips. Fred, remember that fish
I do,
tips?
I've just tried it.
Yeah, you wouldn't live. You said, give me more, give me more.
And I actually loved it with the sauce.
Yeah, with the sauce.
Amazing.
Yes. And then this one, we call it, it's like a barbecue, but with some juicy,
Fantastic. Let's try that one there. We'll move that plate in. What's this one here?
This one is the main dish in Ethiopia. We call it dorowat. It's a chicken, very slow cook, yummy dish. And then it's
beautiful. No, it is beautiful. That's really nice. You knew that was hot. Oh,
anyways.
Look, you carry on. I've got to go out for a minute. That is beautiful. Can I say, why do you have so many beautiful spices in Ethiopian cooking?
The ladies that are very specialized for making this and they're hot, you know that.
I'm
they
going to try some more of the chicken while you're doing
try the chicken. Okay. Mix it with injera. When you eat it with injera, the spices is less.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it. Can't wait for the show to finish.
It's
beautiful.
It's beautiful, yummy.
Let's go over this side. I know they're telling us. Why do you have your own Italian coffee pot that doesn't look Italian? You got the little espresso cups. Tell me about your coffee. Why it's so special?
Our coffee is special because coffee came from Ethiopia.
Yep.
Originally, it's from Ethiopia. Before Italian invented the machine, Ethiopians invented this jabana. This is how we make coffee.
Thank you. It's all right. You carry on talking. I'm just going to have a coffee.
So, the reason why we have popcorn is like Ethiopians, they believe it's better to have a little bit of food before you drink coffee.
I'll pop that back on there. And for some reason, their pot doesn't stand without the little ring.
Yeah,
and you know what? What's the idea behind the popcorn, sweet and sour?
Okay, the popcorn is very special. You don't find it anywhere else.
We can talk to this camera if you want.
Okay. The popcorn is a mix of a little bit of sugar and salt. So the taste is different. A mix of those two is very yummy. Everybody loves it.
Now you've got some specials at the moment. I know we've got to wrap it up, but we've got the $6 special at the moment. What's that?
And then we got some special, which is you get lemon cake, a coffee, and then if you order some dishes, you get 10% off.
Lemon cake, a coffee, and 10% off if you go through and order a main dish.
Yes.
That is amazing. Tell us again, on that camera there, where you're located.
We're located in Mirabuka Shopping Center, the square, which is, Subway is next to us, and Big W is to the right.
I'm going to enjoy this. Don't know what the crew's going to eat. But we've been lucky enough, we're going to give away a couple of vouchers, gift vouchers, $50 vouchers. If you'd like to win them, all you need to do is put the code word INJERA, INJERA. Put your name and address on the SMS, send it to 0439 929 929, and you could be lucky enough to getting a $50 voucher that I come with you, and you get about $1 to yourself and $49 for me. No, $50 voucher thanks to Getachew and the Injera House. Thank you very much. We'll give that away next week on the show. I'm going to try this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Fred.
Really enjoy it. We've got to wrap it up, do we? That's a shame. Jordan and Adam are going to perform for us on the way out. Thank you very much. I'll see you when I come back from Hawaii. Enjoy the Singapore special next week, and I'll see you soon. And don't forget, Injera House on a Wednesday night, every second week buffet, and every other week great food. See you then. Bye-bye, Australia. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fred.
Old man turned 98. He won the lottery, died the next day. It's a black fly in $1 Chardonnay. It's death row pardon, 2 minutes too late. And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride when you've already paid. It's the good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figures? Mr. Play It Safe was afraid to fly. He packed his suitcase and kissed his kids goodbye. He waited his whole damn life to take that flight. And as the plane crashed down, he thought, well, isn't this nice? And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride when you've already paid. It's the good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figures? Well, life is a funny way. It's sneaking up on you when you think everything's okay and everything's going right. And life is a funny way of helping you out when you think everything's gone wrong and everything blows up in your face. Traffic jam when you're already late. No smoking sign on your cigarette break. It's like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. It's meeting the man of my dreams, then meeting his beautiful wife. It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride when you've already paid. It's the good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figures? Well, life is a funny way of sneaking up on you.
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Porto Chicken. Fresh, not frozen. Grilled, not fried. Crown and Andrews Board Games. Fun for the whole family. And Scoot Airlines. Get out of here with Scoot.